And good afternoon, good evening, and good night, and welcome to today's episode of the Law News and Laughter podcast. I'm your host, Aussie Overlawd, an attorney from Melbourne, Australia, who generally cannot keep his mouth shut and enjoys keeping you entertained with my opinions, weird news, and occasionally just a little bit of legal know-how. Things that I will not be talking about today. You can now grow glow-in-the-dark petunias, because nothing says creepy like standing on your porch and gazing out at your glowing garden. Michigan police have asked residents who come across an object that they believe may be explosive or hazardous to not pick it up, move it, or to bring it to law enforcement, but to instead call 911 so they can send the bombs disposal unit directly to you. One guy apparently didn't get the memo and walked into a police station with a live grenade. Well, it was inert, but he didn't know that at the time. A man has been arrested for allegedly rubbing his buttocks against a water tap in Tokyo Park. He really likes to be the butt of people's jokes. And things that I will actually be talking about today. A TikTok fireball challenge went horribly wrong after a kid turned into a human fireball. A naked defendant has appeared in court after his support cat went missing during a traffic stop. And a mother and her 18-year-old daughter accused of travelling across country to give illegal butt injections. Write your own jokes. There will also be a few other things, but sit back, relax, and let's get into some crazy shit. Welcome to today's episode of Law, News, and Laughter. Alright, sorry to be a slight inconvenience. For some reason my chat stream isn't working, so I'm just... Okay, seems to be working now. So I've got at least... There we go. Remember a lady died from butt injections in Miami. The person used rubber cement. Jesus, can you imagine? There were some reasonably interesting things that popped up as well. There was a guy that decided to self-yeet using a cobra, of all things. That happened in South Africa. If we've got time, we'll get to that. But I am going to try and keep it to a neat 60 minutes today, because we are otherwise going to dump across to legal vices and the what the hails. So, let's get stuck into the news. So, a car crash in Florida Keys revealed a potential link between espionage and Havana syndrome. A recent report by CBS's 60 Minutes into cases of Havana syndrome revealed that a suspected Russian spy, who some believe is linked to a mysterious illness, was involved in a high-speed South Florida police chase back in 2020. I'm a little bit confused as to whatever the hell Wait a minute. Did that just say someone's watching on Twitch? Is this live on Twitch? Did I set this to go for Twitch instead of Twitter? Oops. Oh well, good boomerang, I suppose. Some good boomerang, some bad. We'll see what happens. Hi to everybody if you're watching on Twitch. I hope I don't violate any of the rules while I'm at it, but anyway. Havana syndrome is still under investigation, but includes a string of health problems dating back to 2016, when officials working at the US Embassy in Havana reported suddenly having unexplained head pressure, head or ear pain, or dizziness. Local 10 News initially reported on the car chase on Cujo Key a few days after it happened on June 16, 2020. The suspect, a Russian national Vitaly Kovalev, then 35, drove recklessly through the lower Keys until Monroe County deputies stopped him on Cujo Key. Now I'm just curious, because, Cujo Key? Cujo... Oh, no, because it's spelled differently to Cujo. Doi! Hang on, I got a special sound just for myself.
Retard.
There we go. He claimed that he was late for a flight out of Miami, but as deputies searched the car, body camera video showed the device that looked like a walkie-talkie along with wires that reportedly can erase a car's computer data. I'm sorry, what now? Is my favorite feature of your show on? I want to mess with your ADHD brain. It should be on. I believe so. There was some issues with the chat for some reason, but it seems to all be working now. I got no idea how or why. But anyway, I'm confused as to how I can still see that there's an active chatter from Twitch, but it's not showing up in my chat, and it's freaking me the hell out. If you're watching on Twitch, just say hi, will you? Just so that I can actually know. Whether or not that's just a glitch or whatever. A journalist told 60 Minutes that Kovalev was trained in tech with a top secret security clearance, but up and left for the US to become a chef. Okay. It's not clear why he was in the Keys, but sources said an FBI agent who agreed to speak to the program in deep disguise. Hang on, we can do this too. Two can play at that game.
Started feeling pain here in Florida after conducting interviews with Kovalev, who spent 30 months in prison for fleeing, eluding, resisting, and battery on emergency personnel.
That's enough of that. Kovalev was released in August 22. Local 10 News spokesperson to Florida Keys prosecutors. Local 10 News spoke to Florida Keys prosecutors who normally can see in records where an offender is located after his or her release, but any record of Kovalev has been blacked out. 60 Minutes reported that he went back to Russia and is now dead. Stingy dropping a $5 super chat. Appreciate that, buddy. I gather you're waiting for that to get read out, so I shall leave that. Fingers crossed that it works. Yeah, it's still okay. All right, never mind. The FBI is declining to comment, and in February, the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, in its 2024 threat assessment, found that it was unlikely that a foreign adversary was responsible for causing the mysterious ailments, but noted that U.S. intelligence agencies, bit of an oxymoron, but anyway, had varying levels of confidence in that assessment. The Pentagon's healthcare system has established a registry for employees or dependents to report such incidents. In March, however, a 5-year study by the National Institute of Health found no brain injuries or degeneration among U.S. diplomats and other government employees who had Havana syndrome symptoms. Now I'm concerned that it's not actually on. But we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. Where are we? This one I thought was a little bit interesting, and I've got to be very careful and cautious as to exactly how I word this, because I'm not technically supposed to use the N-word. No, not that N-word, the other N-word. The N-A-Z-I word. Because not only was someone recently arrested and prosecuted for allegedly making the Yahtzee hand sign at a football game, which, as far as I'm concerned, that didn't steal it, Stingy. It's right there. It's just that there's a delay. So, from the footage that I've seen of that incident, it does appear that 2 of the 3 perpetrators legitimately were doing, Oh, what? You didn't hear it? I did it on my end. Oh, for crying out loud. Hang on. Let me check something. So what you're saying is I just stood here, I just sat here and looked like a moron for however long. Lovely. Okay, hang on. Super chat. Yes, that should all be fine. Done. Why do I not have an audio thing for the alert box here? I should have an audio thing here in the mixer. Why do I not? I have one for alert box 1. Where is alert box 2? Oh, relax. I'll read it out myself. I got no idea. It seems like alert box 2, the audio was just up and disappeared. Hang on. Maybe if I delete the alert box, add the alert box, and I'm curious as to why I heard it, but you guys didn't. Yeah, fuck it. We'll do it live, as always. All Alright, now just in order so that I can make sure that that is working, what I'll do is I'll go into the alert box, test the feature.
This is a test super chat alert for $63.
Did that echo, or is that just for me? Anyway, rockin' and rollin' down to the beach. I'm strolling, but the seagulls poking my head. No fun, not fun. I said it. Seagulls, stop it now. It did echo a bit? Okay. Just as long as it wasn't just me. I'm thinking it's probably because I used the alert box to test the widget. So, anyway. Alrighty. Elon Musk admits harming X's bottom line with his unhinged posting, but defends his tweets and free speech in deposition for lawsuit filed by a Jewish student he labelled a neo-Yahtzee. How the heck did I make it to a beginning of a show? Something's wrong with the world. No, Tiffany, I'm trying to fit in as many nighttime shows, my time anyway, first thing in the morning in the US, so... if you didn't sing it how you should, it didn't trigger you. Damn. I have no idea what the hell that was. Love the Seagull song. Oh, so it's an actual song. Yeah, sorry, Stingy. No idea. Alright. So apparently, someone got labelled a neo-Yahtzee. Elon Musk admitted that he has harmed his social media platform X's bottom line with his unhinged posts, but still defended his tweets when he labelled a student a neo-Yahtzee. I'm sure that it's lunchtime in the UK. Well, there you go, Share Document. Good to see you. I'm sure that the Jewish student enjoyed being called a neo-Yahtzee. Please, dear God, tell me that you can tell that my voice is dripping with facetiousness. Jewish student Ben Brody, 22, sued the Tesla founder on October 2 in 2023 in Travis County, Texas, after he told his millions of followers that the Californian student was part of an extremist group causing trouble at an LGBTQ event in Oregon. On March 27, Musk sat down for a video-recorded deposition along with attorneys from both parties. Ex-owner Musk was asked about the post that he made about Brody and said that he had a limited understanding of the suit and thought that it was Brody's attorney suing him, not the student. You are ending the show with it and you will hate me when you try to go to bed. That doesn't shock me in the slightest. Love the live, now saving my sanity as it's school holidays. Fair enough. This is how little that Elon pays attention to lawsuits that he isn't... Well, I won't say that he's not personally involved in, because he is personally involved in this. It's just he couldn't give a shit because he's not the one that's launched it. So, in regards to his platform, Musk said that there's some risk that what I say is incorrect, but one has to balance that against having a chilling effect on free speech in general, which would undermine the entire foundation of our democracy. He added that he may have done more to financially impair the social media platform, and that he is guilty of many self-inflicted wounds. That's a classy way of putting it, but that's really the kid that you think. Looks like one is a college student who wants to join the government, and another is maybe an Antifa member, but nevertheless a probable false flag situation. Wait, was that the tweet? Throughout the deposition, Alex Spiro, Musk's lawyer, and Brody's attorney Mark Bankston repeatedly talked over each other. When asked if Musk knew anything about Brody, Spiro jumped in and said that that wasn't a question you're allowed to ask in court. That's fair. Brody, who is Jewish, is seeking more than $1 million in damages against Musk and lawyered up with Bankston, who has also successfully represented the Sandy Hook's victims' families when they sued conspiracy theorist Alex Jones. I can't say what I want to say on YouTube, so I'm just going to move on. The fight between the Proud Boys and neo-Yahtzee group Rose City Nationalists was published on social media and caused many to think that Brody was one of the members involved because he resembled one of the men in the clip. Okay. Both groups of extremists got into a skirmish at the Oregon Pride event in July, and in the middle of the fight, one of the members was physically unmasked, and in panic quickly covered his face. In an attempt to identify the member, accounts falsely said that it was Brody. Self-realization finally taking place. Real or not real is the question. At the time, Musk tweeted, "It looks like one is a college student who wants to join the government, and another is maybe an Antifa member, but nonetheless a probable false flag situation." Someone want to explain to me how that tweet is calling somebody a neo-Yahtzee? Yeah, sure. It says that one is an Antifa member. How do they know this specifically that he's talking about Brody? According to the lawsuit, Musk discovered that Brody was allegedly one of the people involved in the fight through another account on X called Dr. Fresner. The suit said the account, which has amassed more than 300,000 followers, features extreme right-wing memes, neo-Yahtzee apologia and nostalgia, juvenile and cringeworthy attempts at bigoted humor, low-effort bait tweets, delusional panics over lazy hoaxes, and a cavalcade of absurdly false information. It's not Musk's fault idiots misdoxed someone. Yeah, pretty much. Your lovable bard, good morning to you too. Okay, what's he got to say for himself?
Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Ben Brody, and I wanted to address...
Just want to double check. We have audio before I move on? God only knows these days. Half the time I'm not sure.
the false accusations against me. I wanted to first off say that I am not a part of the Patriotic Front as a member, and that people who are claiming I am being confused with someone who looks similar to me, and I've never been to Oregon City for any...
I will say this. For a 20-something-year-old college student, he does have a fairly generic look about him. I'm not going to lie. Found a live stream I might actually want to watch between power failures from severe thunderstorms. Shit, Michael, hope you're alright. No, not his fault, but lacking monitoring on his platform allowed it. Should write an application for a mute warning and a mute indicator. If you could, that'd be great. The trouble is that obviously since I took over with the Rodecaster to handle all my audio, it's great when it comes to Streamlabs. For some reason, StreamYard hates it. I have no idea why. But then when I'm trying to pull audio from browser sources and that sort of thing, I just need to make sure that all the buttons are pressed correctly. And half the time, I'm either half asleep or I'm not paying attention. So we are where we get to be, okay? Maybe just a few years down the track, I'll finally get a handle on it. But you never know.
protest whatsoever. Recently, I've just been so busy in terms of graduation from UC Riverside and stuff like that. I've been in Riverside only.
Sorry, I will digress just very briefly here. Stingy's a bit pissed off because I got a message today that said that, fortunately, there's a mute emoji if ever the need arises. That's a good point, people. If you can't hear me or if you can't hear the audio, there should be a mute emoji. Actually, there's probably one in the membership thing as well. Anyway, I got a message today saying that Stingy's package that he sent me was supposed to be delivered today, but that it's been put on hold. Hang on, let me get the exact wording here. Because I put out a tweet about it because I was like, what the absolute fuck did Stingy put in that bloody package? Where is it? So estimated time of arrival was today by the end of the day. Further details have now arisen. Due to the nature of the goods, specific authorization is required from another regulatory authority other than customs for further clearance. That had me sitting here going, what the fuck is in that package? Further processing will occur as instructed by the regulatory authority. A DHL representative will attempt to contact the consignee or importer if further shipping details are required. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And see, here's the thing, and here's the problem as well. Because I'm a nice guy and I opened up the postbox in the US and Stingy sent it to there, technically, I sent this package to myself. Now, as far as I'm aware, and as far as what I as far as what I can tell, having had the conversation with Stingy, the package contained a bag of dicks. That is all I can think of, because I think maybe it's been picked up by the because they made it so you can't import like adult material and statues and toys and that sort of stuff from overseas, from Japan, from, all that sort of stuff. I'm thinking maybe the bag of dicks. That's what I'm thinking. Because nothing else that I gather from what Stingy's told me anyway, and I'm trusting him at his word there, would cause that package to be delayed. The only other thing that I could think of is that something in there was worth over $800, and Customs thinks that maybe the Revenue Office needs to double check the value of things and make me pay tax on it. I don't believe Stingy likes me that much. So I'm going to go with no, and I fully believe that it's the bag of dicks at this point. Plastic dicks are actual organic dicks. I believe that it was a bag of dicks, like the gummy dicks that you can eat. Because it's literally eat a bag of dicks. Gummy dicks are an expensive item. As long as it's not used dicks. Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, that's why he was a little bit pissed off. So. Yeah, Stingy's in the clear. Alright.
This is just crazy to me, and I graduated on June 21st, and I've just been hanging out with my friends, and then all these accusations are kind of just crazy and incorrect, and, my family and I...
Right. I'm running low on time, so I'm going to skip over this guy trying to defend himself. He got doxxed. Elon jumped on the bandwagon. Who hasn't done that at some stage? I will probably do that down the track. At the time, the account went on to post Brody's personal information online, which should not happen. There should not be doxing of that magnitude. Captioned a photo of him after graduation. He plans to work for the government, suggesting that he was present at the fight. Musk then reposted the tweet and captioned it, "Very odd." Well, that's republication because he's added something to it. When asked by Bankston if Musk thought that he failed Brody, he said he doesn't think that he has been meaningfully harmed by the post. People are attacked all the time in the media, online, social media, but it is rare that it actually has a meaningful negative impact on their life, the CEO added. Well, Elon, to be perfectly honest, not everybody has balls of steel like you. Some people need to have a cup of concrete and harden the fuck up, and other people just occasionally weep into the Cheerios. So, following the accusations that he was involved in the fight, he told CNN, "I started getting these texts from my friends. You're accused of being a neo-Yahtzee Fed. Look at all the stuff that's being said about you." And I was like, okay, this is just some prank. So, but did Musk actually give any sort of an issue here? Like, did he actually say that this kid was being accused of being a neo-Yahtzee? Or did he just retweet someone else's tweet that basically said, oh, this may be someone that's from Antifa or someone that wants to work for the government, things like that? I feel like this is a bit of a stretch, and I feel like I need to look at the court documents on this. He attempted to clear his name twice by going onto Instagram and making a video explaining that he was miles away in California when the conflict occurred in Oregon. Even when he provided CCTV footage of him at a restaurant at the exact time the fight happened to prove his alibi, he was still branded a neo-Yahtzee. That's what it was, because it was an argument between the neo-Yahtzee group and someone. That's what it is. That's where the... Have leftists calling people racist, Yahtzees, etc., whatever, phobes, all the time with no legal repercussions. So yeah, good luck with that. Someone's looking for a payday. Yeah. More likely he retweeted something. I think that's exactly what happened, is that he just retweeted it without thinking. Things got worse when Musk jumped into the bandwagon. I knew that this was snowballing, but once Elon Musk commented, I was like, boom, that's the final nail in the coffin. Okay. So proportional damage. It massively intensifies it. This guy's DM'd me on Instagram. He's like, now even Elon Musk thinks you're a Fed. And what was really scary too was that these people were threatening to tell my school, and I was scared that I wasn't going to graduate. Even if that's the case, if it was purely Elon's personal opinion, dude, get fucked. Lovely. Oh god, he's got such a punchable face. That's his lawyer. I was terrified when CNN asked Brody if he felt like his life was ruined. He responded, yeah, completely. If you put my name into the search bar, neo-Yahtzee Fed Ben Brody. Brody was a political science major at University of California, Riverside, and on the college fraternity's webpage, He had stated that he wanted to work for the government, which caused even more of a stir amongst the trolls online. He added, I put that I wanted to work for the government, and that's just because I didn't know specifically what part of the government I wanted to work for. You know, I was like, I could be a lawyer. Best of luck with that. Ashley Casey coming in with all of the membership emojis. Appreciate that. It is my belief that non-Americans think the word sarcasm is a more severe word, so they think facetious is an antonym, but nicer. However, they have different meanings. Did you mean sarcastic over facetious? No, not in that instance, I didn't. Tend to use a word facetious like how we use the word sarcasm. However, according to Merriam-Webster, sarcasm is a more accurate depiction. No, sarcasm's where I know that there is a difference, and it's very difficult for me to explain, mainly because I'm not quite sure how to explain the difference between them. I know that there is a difference, but I wasn't actually being sarcastic. I was being, tongue-in-cheek. If the college did something... Okay, I think Tiffany might be a few minutes behind. If the college did something like not graduating because of the tweet from Elon, that seems like more of a case against the college. I would have thought so, yeah. But I would be willing to bet that he probably decided to pull the pin himself. The student and his mother even had to leave their home after their address was leaked online. His attorney said the case at its core is about Elon Musk being reckless and making an accusation about this young man. Everybody made everyone online made this accusation against him. Just because Elon retweeted something, you're saying that his accusation against him was more damaging than no. You prove to me that Elon's retweeting of that caused a significantly greater harm to you. Yes, it may have meant that it was amplified, but I call bullshit. Ben published a video online to try to clear his name. It didn't work, so there's this incredible feeling of helplessness that there's millions out there, millions who think that Ben was involved in neo-Yahtzee activities. How do we get to a place where somebody so powerful can make that kind of accusation based on something so flimsy from just anonymous people on the internet? If it's a pure retweet where he just said, oh, very odd. Firstly, how is that an accusation? Can you prove to me the intent behind that? According to the lawsuit, Musk is perhaps the most influential amongst all influencers, and his endorsement of the accusation against Ben galvanized other social media influencers and users to continue their attacks and harassment, as well as post accusations against Ben that will remain forever online. Musk has been personally using the platform to spread false information on a consistent basis, while propping up and amplifying the most reprehensible elements of conspiracy-addled Twitter. I call bullshit. Yes, Elon has the deep pockets. I'm acutely aware. Sorry. You don't get money from poor people. More to the point, imagine the class action. Wait, no. Imagine him having to take on all of those different defendants. So, look, I get it. I just hope he doesn't get anywhere with it. Where are we? Mother and her 18-year-old daughter accused of traveling across the country to give illegal butt injections. I feel like they may have been getting said butt injections in their face. In Houston, a mother and her 18... Why did my voice just crack when I said mother? Mother? A mother and her 18-year-old daughter are accused of traveling across the country to give illegal butt injections for $6,000, according to Texas authorities. Police said that the 56-year-old Consuelo Maria Del Bo and her 18-year-old daughter Isabella were planning on injecting an unlabeled brown liquid into the butt of a customer on Wednesday. How racist can I be this early in the morning? Generally, the brown liquid comes out of the Latina butts. No, Mexican butts. Damn it, now I'm not... How do I make that joke work better? Anyway, doesn't matter. Mother certainly has a wrinkled butt face vibe. Daughter has a droopy butt face vibe. However, what they didn't know was the customer was an undercover officer. Consuelo then gave a Xanax to the officer to relax before the injections. Excuse me. She was paid $6,000 in cash to do the procedure. The mother-daughter duo was arrested during the sting operation conducted by the FDA and the Houston Police Department. Officers seized bags of illegal injectables and medical supplies. Both have been charged with unlawfully practicing medicine without a license. Consuelo was it's weird to me that it's Consuelo. I know I said Latina. I don't know why. Both have been charged with unlawfully practice. Consuelo was also charged with delivering a controlled substance called alprazolam. Alprazolam? I thought they just said it was Xanax, yeah. While out on bond, she told the TV news that while she isn't a licensed doctor in the US, she did attend medical school in Mexico for 3 years. Congratulations. I attended real estate school for 6 months. You don't see me out here trying to sell properties. Like, what the hell? Agreeing to your Elon comment, but not the bot one. Oh, well. Mother certainly has. Bart and Bella dropping 5 memberships. Holy crap. Thank you very... Oh, no, Bella Stella. Damn it. Sorry. Bella Stella dropping 5 memberships to Michael Stetson, Eileen, Renee Ward, Jim Gerard, and Honey 2800. Congratulations. Latino would be right as well as Mexican. I thought it was gendered, though. That's the problem that I have. Like, is it... Like, oh my god, or am I supposed to use... No, isn't even Latinx? Like, isn't that going to get people in trouble these days for saying that? Bread injection sounds more like OnlyFans. That's what I was thinking. My green game. Alright, so that's Jim Gerard. So there should be another one for Honey. And then we can move on. There we go. Alright. TikTok fireball challenge trend goes wrong. Turns kid into a human fireball. Don't try this at home, kids. A social media trend has emerged on TikTok and has sent several children to the hospital, forcing them to fight for their lives. Commonly referred to as the fireball challenge, kids are now using either an aerosol can or rubbing alcohol to create a fireball and are filming it to capture their reactions on film. Never use Latinx. Well, that's what I thought. I was pretty damn sure. Unfortunately, it's gone horribly wrong for a number of children, some of whom have landed in a hospital. This particular incident occurred in August 2023, but the 12-year-old boy's mother just recently sat down with his son to raise awareness and attempt to warn others about the dangers of the fireball challenge. What was intended to be an innocent video for TikTok turned into a nightmare as 12-year-old Corey Roper accidentally set himself on fire. His mother, Tiffany, said she woke up to a scream at around 5 a.m., prompting her to rush to her son's room where she found the boy in flames. I get that the kid's 12, but when you rush into a boy's room and he's flaming at 5 a.m., not really what you think of, you know? Just... You should grab hairspray and a lighter and scream, Hadouken! TikTok challenges equal natural selection. That's kind of what it's getting to, yeah. I jumped out of bed and raced to his room, she said. He was on fire. His polyester t-shirt had completely melted onto his skin. Oh, the poor bastard. The family called 911 and were able to spray Corey down with cold water from a hose in the kitchen until paramedics arrived. He suffered second and third degree burns to 45 to 50% of his body. Holy shit. This article needs a Human Torch gif. When she said he was flaming, had he been in the closet? You know what? Flaming emojis in chat, people. Come on, throw the fire into chat just so that we've got them bouncing around. Come on, you can do it. Had no idea what happened until police and paramedics arrived, she recalled, but he told me that Corey had held a bottle of rubbing alcohol in one hand and lit it with the other, not realizing how quickly rubbing alcohol burns off. That's more than slightly concerning. No, do not play with fire. Oh god, the fear. My kids will never be on TikTok. My nieces have already seen those people unlike themselves on there. Yeah. Why do people do these Darwinism things? I got no idea. Thank you, chat. Thank you for the fire in chat. Appreciate it. We are on fire. Like this kid, we are flaming. Kids who play with fire could end up badly. Who knew? I know, right? Had no idea what had happened until the police and paramedics arrived, she recalled. They told me Corey had held the bottle of rubbing alcohol. Did he mistake the rubbing alcohol for lube? Just asking. It was an extreme shock, but he kept saying, I saw it in a video. Again, I'm going to ask, did he mistake the rubbing alcohol for lube? He was rushed to the Banner Diamond Children's Medical Center in Arizona, where he was admitted to the ICU and placed into an induced coma. Corey was also put onto a ventilator to help him breathe. Oh, Jesus Christ, the poor kid. Doctors confirmed the 12-year-old had suffered from second and third degree burns to 45 to 50% of his body. I looked up the video on my phone and saw hundreds of them about children who had similar stunts, who had attempted similar stunts as part of the TikTok challenge, many of which had gone wrong. I was beside myself, she said. Never played with fire as a kid, but I did experiment a lot with rapid exothermic oxidation. As someone who accidentally set the back seat of the family car on fire, I can honestly say there's a little bit of a pyromaniac in all of us. You just have to dig deep. He doesn't remember attempting the challenge. According to The Sun, Corey underwent 4 debridement surgeries, which is the procedure where surgeons scrub and clean the wounds. Oh, Jesus. He also endured 5 skin graft surgeries, which is when the doctors took skin from his thigh and placed it onto his burns. You know, apparently they're using, like, fish skin for that now. He was in a coma for 2 weeks, but he luckily survived. He had to relearn how to walk. After 1 month in the hospital, he was discharged. Depending on his age, rubbing alcohol and lube would have the same result. Friction from fires is no joke. That's bad. Damage was so severe that he does not remember the incident or the challenge. I spoke to him about the challenge, but he can't remember what happened. That one time lighting a fart went way wrong. Mind you, have you heard the story about the flaming hamster? Like the gay guys that had the hamster in the tube and they lit and the hamster turned into a bazooka? Poor little thing. Following the tragedy, Corey's mum has a word of advice for other parents. I want other parents to talk to their kids about the dangers of challenges like these and for people to report anything online that they think is inappropriate. Because of social media, my baby is scarred for life. No, you know what the problem there was? Okay, yes, you can blame social media a little bit. But if it's at the point where your kid thinks it's okay at 5 a.m. to light something on fire in the house, maybe, just maybe, I think there's a little bit of parenting failure there. Just a little bit of parenting negligence. Just saying. He did read that rubbing a stick rapidly was one way to start a fire. Kid gets a lifetime of medical debt before 18. Pretty much. So, never throw and flush a crack in a toilet bowl. Oh, no. I've also tried hard to protect my kids from any danger, and I still wonder what I could have done to avoid Corey getting hurt that night. I don't know. He's 12. Take his phone off of him when he goes to bed? We have to protect them. One child being hurt is one too many, she added. More stories like Corey's continue to surface. In fact, since 2021, when the social media trend first began, numerous kids from across the country have been seriously burned by the challenge. 12-year-old, again, a 12-year-old, come on. Nick Howell had a message for other kids after he suffered burns to 35% of his body attempting it. It won't go well, the 12-year-old told People at the time of his injuries. I want to tell people not to be a follower, but to be a leader. In 2020, Nick and some of his friends were talking about TikTok videos and saw the fire challenge. He said he spotted a lighter and decided to try it out. I poured a little bit of rubbing alcohol on the concrete floor and lit it and put it out. But I guess the bottle had caught fire and it exploded. Hit a cow once, fucking thing exploded. Not me, it's a line from a movie. He soon realized his entire body had emerged in flames. He soon realized his entire body had been engulfed in flames, and he ran to the front yard to get his parents. His father and 2 uncles were able to pat him down and spray him with the garden hose, but he still spent almost 6 months in and out of hospital and had 50 surgeries. Damn. Never spill gasoline on your arm? Nope. Do not do that. Ginger with a soul. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. I do have to be careful. I don't want to wake the family. So, TikTok by Darwin Co. Pretty much. Don't let them watch TikTok. No. Natural selection is really being tested, and Elon might be right that we're running out of people. What happened to watching The Hub before bed? Well, he's 12. So, all right, moving on. A naked defendant has appeared in court after his support cat went missing during a traffic stop. That is the 4th time I have read that sentence, and it still makes me laugh internally and go, what the fuck? A Dublin man appeared in... Of course it was Dublin. Just the luck of the Irish that my cat went missing, so I turned up to court naked. Dublin man appeared in court completely nude and refused to wear clothes after his emotional support cat went missing during a traffic stop arrest. The facts of the case were laid bare when Joseph Davis, 51, appeared before Judge Marie Quirk at a weekend sitting of the Dublin District Court. Mr. Davis of Ashington Mews in Dublin 7 was charged with a Road Traffic Act offence of failing to give the the police in Ireland, his details, and not keeping the car stationary during an alleged incident on Friday at Dunsink Drive in Finglas. Moving on. Judge Quirk heard the motorist refused to wear his clothes when brought to the courthouse. She remanded him into custody with consent to bail. What? With consent to €2,200 bail. Directed medical attention and asked the police to find out what happened to his cat, Oliver. It wasn't Dazzle, was it? I don't believe so. I'm not a cat, Your Honor. My cat's missing, Your Honor. Mr. Davis encountered the stunned courtroom... What? Mr. Davis entered the stunned courtroom naked with his hands over his private parts, but within seconds, he stood with arms outstretched to argue his case after rejecting the services of a lawyer, telling him to fuck off. I don't need no lawyer. You fuck off. Sure, alcohol didn't play a part in this story. It's in the middle of Ireland. Come on. I have a skin condition, Your Honor. Judge Quirk told him to sit down, but he stood and claimed that he'd been stripped and humiliated as he demanded an opportunity to speak. Police officer Ava Garda, I should say, said the accused made no reply to the charge at Finglas Station, where he was offered bail but refused to sign his bond. She added that there was no objection to his bail, but they sought a €100 cash lodgement. I don't see his wallet on him today, the judge remarked. At least the judge has got a sense of humour. I don't see his wallet on him today. Right here, Your Honor. Oh my God. I don't see his wallet on him today, the judge remarked, to which he interjected, you don't see fucking anything. The court sergeant informed the judge the man had his property, including his clothes, and he just won't put them on. Mr. Davis went on a tirade, but was warned that anything said must be relevant to the case. Let me tell you my story. This is relevant. This is my story. What happened yesterday? I was traveling with my companion pet, Oliver. He normally comes into this court. I was dropping off legal documents pertaining to a legal case in the High Court. He remained on his feet throughout the 9-minute hearing. Good God, if only the courts in Ireland were live streamed. Actually, you know what? I don't need to see that, thinking about it. Not really the pussy that you want to see on camera, you know? Mr. Davis called the police scum, maintaining that he tried to show them the documents and that he'd been bashed. He claimed that he'd been lent the car involved in the alleged offence and demanded, now where is my emotional support animal? Why would they let him in the courthouse? It's a damn good question. I have no clue. The court heard that a doctor attended to him at the police station and gave him advice, but the accused claimed that he had been seen by someone who did not speak fucking English. He said he was stressed because his emotional support animal was missing. Mr. Davis, who was unemployed, banged on the glass barrier in front of the dock and called out, where is my emotional support animal? Where is my emotional support pussy? Bring me my pussy. I need emotional support. I'm so mature, aren't I? I wonder if the other people could see his support cat. Should have said he was trans and gotten the pussy. That's bad. The judge was told that Mr. Davis was previously allowed to bring the cat to court with him, provided that he kept it on a leash. Judge Quirk described it as an impossible situation. Mr. Davis agreed and said, please, I need to find my animal. I'm lost without him and he is lost without me. Judge Quirk said his bail and directed immediate medical attention while he remained in custody. While escorted from the courtroom, he replied that he did not need a doctor, just his pet. The judge assured him that all that will be looked into. He has yet to plead to the charges and will appear at Clover Hill District Court on Tuesday. But what did they find the cat? That's my problem, okay? Look, on the one hand, I very much feel for this guy because clearly he's unwell. I mean, he has an emotional support cat. And the fact that that emotional support cat was allowed to run or whatnot from the car the vehicle that he was driving, I do feel like that's on the police. Like, that shouldn't have happened. But he probably could have at least put his jocks on to walk in front of the judge, is all I'm saying. Like, you know. Shit, now I've lost my place. Got that. I don't want to talk about that. Well, that one's got that. Alright, here we go. I was hit with a $105 speeding ticket while my car was on the back of a tow truck. The city even has photo evidence. A driver was shocked to find a $105 speeding ticket in her mailbox after her van broke down. The city sent the woman photographic evidence for the speeding ticket. Her defunct car, sitting on a tow truck, was still charged for an infraction when she wasn't behind the wheel. What are they doing? Said Joanne Gibson, the van owner, to Cleveland, Ohio ABC affiliate WEWS-TV. I'm at the center getting this ticket and my car is on a flatbed. I'm not driving that truck. Gibson said the van broke down at the side of the road on December 20. She told the television network that she was visiting her daycare center when the traffic violation occurred. I shouldn't be getting nothing like this, she said. I shouldn't be getting nothing like this. Ain't nobody got time for this. They should be giving the tow truck driver a ticket or that the people that own the towing company. Gibson contested the fine at the East Cleveland Police Department, but she said officials told her to refute the fine with the private company that operates the cameras. I'm curious. How the hell do private companies operate cameras on behalf of the government? What? I mean, you guys call my country butt backwards, but at least our speed cameras are all owned by the government. Like, holy crap. She worries that she'll have to pay more on car insurance because of the legal record. Went into the police station, pushing buttons, ringing the bell to find some help, she said. I don't want anything on my driver's license. So far, I have a good record, and I'm going to try and keep it that way. Twan Billings, the East Cleveland Council president, told the station he was fighting for Gibson's ticket to get expunged. The vehicle was on a tow truck, he told the station. How many people did not see that before they sent the ticket to her address? Literally, when they sent the bloody, what do you call it? You should let your chest hair and neck hair join forces. It is getting a little bit close. I'm going to have to shave, because ordinarily, it's been a couple of days, so I've got some regrowth coming in, and yeah. Disturbs me the private company could be given power to issue traffic citations. That's weird to me. Private company operates them on behalf of the municipality. What? So the municipality does not have to buy them. Oh, okay. More proof that traffic enforcement is just revenue rather than safety. No shit. I can't believe they actually sent her a copy of the thing on the back of the bloody neck DMZ. Yeah, they sent her a copy of the photo of her van on the back of a tow truck. How do you not see that and go, okay, hang on, something's going on here. Maybe we should be issuing it to the tow truck. Like, that's the whole thing about retrieving it. He said the camera was mounted on in an economically disadvantaged community. City councillors had recently voted to remove the camera from the street, but it was still assigning tickets to drivers. I would like to see it removed. I mean, the law has already passed that council voted for this camera to be removed, Billings said. Meanwhile, Gibson is urging drivers to look deeper into their speeding tickets and fight back. I'm kind of angry about it. You're kind of angry about it, are you? You're kind of angry that they've issued a ticket while your car was on the back of a bus. Back of a tow truck. When I get kind of angry, I want to find out what's really going on, and I think other people should come forward and don't pay them, she said. That's not right. They're going to try and charge me some money. Well then, what are you going to do with that money when they look at the ticket and see that it's not right? So there you go. That one I thought was a bit funny. Got that. Do I want to talk? No, you know, I'm not talking about the Texas pastor. I'm going to leave that one alone. Guacamole dispute. Oh yeah, veteran California sheriff's deputy. This will be the last one before I bump everyone over. Veteran California sheriff's deputy officer accused of living double life with outlaw bikie gang, as 160 guns and a grenade launcher are found at his home. A Southern California sheriff's deputy is accused of living a double life as a member of an outlaw motorcycle gang, as police found an arsenal of firearms at his home, including a shotgun stolen from his department. Ordinarily, it's the cops that are infiltrating the biker gang, not the other way around. This is kind of impressive. Bingham, an 18-year Sheriff's Department veteran, allegedly had an unloaded, unregistered firearm and was booked at the Smith Correctional Facility, but was later released. He looks kind of familiar. Is this just like, because it's like generic, like, you know? The department had been on Bingham's tail since January 2024, when police caught wind that he had been riding and socializing with members of the gang, prompting officials to open an investigation into the deputy. Investigators from the Gang/Narcotics Division were then granted a search warrant for his 29 Palms, Californian home, following his arrest in March. Police found a treasure trove of approximately 160 firearms, including a fully automatic assault rifle with an attached grenade launcher. They also found destructive devices, silencers, paraphernalia from the gang, and a stolen San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department shotgun during the search. The 18-year Sheriff's Department veteran was arrested at his home on Thursday at around 1 p.m. and booked at the West Valley Detention Center. The actions of this deputy are alarming and inexcusable. He not only tarnishes his badge, but also undermines the integrity and credibility of the entire department, said San Bernardino Sheriff Shannon Dicus. Is it Shannon Dickus or Shannon Dicus? Both are pretty bad in my book. Criminal behavior will not be tolerated, and we've placed him on compulsory leave effective immediately. I'm sorry, what? Lori Lightfoot is going after Supermayor Tiffany Henyard. I did see that. I kind of want to see how far that goes before I start reporting on it, though, because I think that'd be hilarious. The investigation has been forwarded to the District Attorney's Office and charges have been filed. The San Bernardino County District Attorney's Office has slapped several felony charges against Bingham. Bingham has also been charged with possession of a machine gun, possession of a short barrel rifle, grand theft of a firearm, possession of a stolen firearm, possession of a destructive device, possession of silencers, and participation in a criminal street gang. These charges carry an enhancement for being done in association with a gang according to the California Penal Code 186.22 of the Penal Code. His bail was set at $500,000 after the arsenal was discovered. While the department never specified which motorcycle gang Bingham had been riding with, District Attorney Jason Anderson believes that Bingham was involved with the Mongols, according to the San Bernardino Sun. This appears to involve the Mongols without question, Anderson said. Bingham owned a gun store at 29 Palms as a side business while working for the San Bernardino Sheriff's Department, according to public records obtained by the LA Times. No, I need that one. And I need that. Alright, that's that up there. Alright. The store O3 Tactical has been closed since June 2021. The business was unable to maintain any kind of inventory and was hemorrhaging Bingham's own personal finances, he wrote on the store's Facebook page after announcing the closure. Bingham was also mixed up in a murder trial back in 2019 after Raphael Aikens, a former Marine, was arrested for killing his estranged ex-girlfriend Christy McKissick and her mother at their 29 Palms home in 2017. Bingham testified during the trial that he had sold Aikens a .45 caliber handgun weeks before the gruesome murders, and had also arrived on the scene during the night of the double homicide, according to the Desert Sun. So he's a cop that showed up because he's he's a sheriff's deputy who sold the weapon to the alleged murderer and then was one of the responding officers on the scene. Yeah, there's no conflict of interest there whatsoever. Don't see any issue. Story's wild. It is a little bit wild, isn't it? Aikens was given a life sentence for his crimes. Oh, I don't have to say alleged. That's fine. But the prosecution never revealed if the gun sold to him by Bingham was the one that used in the killings. So there you go. All right, peeps. We are officially now running behind because Vice is about to start his Hales thing. I'm going to jump over there for a bit. It'll depend how long I am able to stay awake for. But please remember, you are not a piece of shit. You do have value and you do contribute to society. Thank you to everybody that has hit the like and subscribe buttons. Double check whether or not you're still subscribed. The numbers fluctuating. I mean, YouTube, like all the videos keep saying, you know, if you can guarantee yourself one subscriber a day, just one subscriber a day, your channel will grow. Kind of works a little bit counterintuitively if 5 or 10 are getting sliced off by YouTube at a time. So if we could just keep the momentum going, that'd be great. But as always, stay healthy, wealthy, and wise, people, and I shall catch you on the flip side. Cheers, peeps.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks. Don't mind me. I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Nope. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright then. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I don't really care. I'ma get the fuck up out of here. Fuck this shit, I'm out.